those. I'm trying to quit vaping. That's a relatively decent job, I guess. I'm still vaping. It's more of a hand thing. I carry it around all the time, so I'm kind of used to just carrying the vape around. So I'm trying to wean myself away from it. I think we're ignoring what's going on. It seems for some reason, you know, I'm starting to believe that the people we've been told our whole lives are these bad, terrible human beings like Russia, as an example, that maybe that they're not technically the bad guys. I mean, I think that we could probably agree to some extent that the that NATO is some form or the beginnings of this new world order shit, and these other countries, the outsiders, the outcasts, Russia, China, North Korea, Iran, are the ones who are just not trying to take part in it. And the only way to force them to take part in it is, of course, to go to war with them. I think it's fucking stupid that these pricks with more money than brains are pushing. You know, they're not going to be sending their kids to fight these wars. They're going to be sending your kids to fight these wars, or just, you know, your friends' children who are too fucking stupid to know better, that think that they're doing some duty by serving their country, when in fact it's just the opposite. It's a detriment to the country. But I think we're closer to like a for real kinetic World War III than most people are willing to recognize. And maybe I'm just some kind of conspiracy theorist. Maybe I want there to be war. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe like deep down inside, I want the whole world to go up in flames as my family dies along with it. Or maybe I just see that, you know, we know that our government blew up Nord Stream. We know they did. There's no fucking doubt about it. They said they were going to do it, and you know, if it had been Russia or Germany, either one, all they had to do was turn a valve off. Literally, it's that simple. A couple of keystrokes, valve gets turned off, done deal. But no, they blew both of them up after saying that they were going to. I think the reason for that was to gain more support from European countries, Germany, and other countries, to want to go to war with Russia. And it kind of backfired on them. Pretty sure the Germans are not as dumb as most people in the States are. I doubt that they're buying it. Hopefully they're not. You know, I think that it's going to be a really good time that for people who haven't started to learn how to grow food and shit. Like last year was our first year that we even tried. I was actually surprised I was able to grow anything. So we're going to move forward this year. I'm trying to open up some more space. It's a process. It's a slow process at that. It takes time when you live in the woods to make it no more woods. But that's what we're going to do. It's what we can afford. It's what we bought. That's where we're at. That's what we got to make work. That's what we're going to make work. In the meantime, you know, I'm trying to change some things in my life a little bit. You know, there's a couple of people that know some of the things I'm trying to do. A couple of close people. And it's actually, you know, for about the past month, things have changed a little bit in my personal life. You know, I've not been as liberal, I hate that word, liberal with my money. You know, if I wanted something, I haven't just went out and got it like I normally would. I've been trying to only spend funds on what I have to. Not that it's going to be more valuable or anything. But fuck, if I can't save money, I'm sure shit not going to be able to save food. If I don't have the discipline to do that. So, I'm trying to learn new things. I'm trying to, you know, get my boys, my wife to jump on board with like the change, because it's all changing. You know, if it wasn't for a few people right now, you know, last year when I started doing what I do, I got like massive amounts of little jobs, and I made a lot of money off of them because I make more money from the smaller jobs than I do the, sorry, my finger's in the way, than I do the larger jobs. This year it's not that way at all. I'm not getting any of the smaller jobs because people with less money, or people that don't have a bunch of money saved up, or people that are not wealthy, or people that don't make $100K a year, which there's not a lot of them around here, don't have the money to spend. They're just having to go without, or having to figure it out on their own, which I suggest everybody figures it out on their own. When people call me and if it's something fucking stupid, the first thing I ask them is like, are you mechanically inclined in any way? In any capacity, are you mechanically inclined? If so, I could probably walk you through how to fix it yourself, and you're going to save some money. I would rather them fix it themselves than to pay me. I know that sounds stupid. I'm a terrible businessman in that way, that I'm terrible because I like to help people. Not good for business. Not good at all for business. Because I'm always like, yeah, like I got a guy now that he owed me some money yesterday. And I'm like, whatever, man, just pay me whatever you think. Whatever you think I earned, pay me that. Because in my own mind, I couldn't justify, and this is fucking stupid of me, I know, because I agreed to work for X amount of dollars per hour. If I work those hours and you agree to that too, then you should pay me that at the end of it. But when I look at something, I'm like, I probably should have got more done in that amount of time, even though I busted my ass the entire time. It's hard for me to say, yeah, you owe me X amount of dollars, when in my mind I'm thinking, I wouldn't pay me that. So we'll see. We'll see what he does. But I do that shit all the time, and I need to quit doing it. Because if I fuck up, damn sure they're going to expect what I promised. Thankfully, I haven't had any big fuck ups yet. I'll say I haven't fucked nothing up because I fuck shit up all the time. I'm just really good at fixing it fast. But the few people that have money, that make $100 grand a year, $200 grand a year, are multimillionaires, those are the people that are keeping me afloat right now. None of the people that work blue-collar jobs are calling me, and haven't been since the beginning of December. Since the beginning of December, I've worked for like 3 different people, just doing big jobs that take a lot of time. So maybe that'll change over the summer when it gets warmer out. I don't know. But I think that the point is, I think that people are starting to really feel the crunch of the inflation. It's fucking killing people, man. Like I'm pretty, when it comes to like four-wheelers and dirt bikes and shit like that, I'm pretty on knowing what shit's worth. And right now, shit that is worth $1,300 is selling for $2,500. And it's not one fucking idiot that's smoking crack listing the shit for $2,500. Everybody is selling them for $2,500. So almost a 50% jump in the value of those items. And you can't get a broke down piece of shit. I seen a dirt bike the other day that the bottom end was locked up on it. And we wanted $1,200 for it. I'm like, you're fucking hot. The thing ain't worth $1,200 if it's running. And he sold it somehow. It's not him. But what I don't know. And I think that when it comes on the consumer basis, the more people are just like the private sales thing, people are starting to try to fuck each other more too. You see those high prices where it's not worth it, or they're trying to say that, they you can always tell when people don't know what the fuck they're talking about. They added all this extra shit, and if you're somebody like, if you're an electrician, and I start talking to you about electrical stuff, and I know nothing about it, like I literally say shit that just don't make any fucking sense, you're going to call me out on it, at least. When people are doing that now to try to get people to buy the shit that they have, that who also don't know. I don't know, man. We're living in a weird time. We're watching it crumble in front of us. It just continues down this path of destruction. And in the end, we're not going to be the ones that pay for it. We've lived our lives. We're 40, 50, 60 years old. Our lives are over with. Once you hit 40, your life's over. At that point, chances are you're way closer to the end than the beginning. You can't really do any of that shit. But your children who are 12, 16, 18, 22 years old, they're closer to the beginning than the end, hopefully, in most cases. and we're leaving some shitty shit behind for them, and we're doing it out of fear because people are too afraid to stand up together. I watched Jake's live stream last night. They did a community live stream. I was going to join in, man, but I was like, I was out. It was bedtime. I was supposed to get up this morning. Thankfully, it was raining because I don't think I was going to crawl out of bed if it wasn't. And, you know, I think Jake's right. I think that you better be learning how to legit take care of yourself and your family and your people. I think you legit need to start creating alliances with people that live around you, or building communities, or whatever you want to call it. I think that you legit need to, you know, have people on your side that are willing to die for you, because, you know, and I'm on his thing too. So I like to help people. Therefore, if shit goes completely south in this country, is everybody going to be dying that walks down my street? No, but you better have a good fucking reason for being on my street. You know, there's only a few of us that live on my road. You know, and if some shit like that happens, roads get blocked off. I'm sorry. There's going to be one way in and one way out. If you come walking down the street, you know, like you said, all kitted out, which if people mean to do you harm, they're not going to be walking down the middle of the street. You know, the one guy said yesterday in that live stream something about you walking up and knocking on somebody's door, and you're like, well, yeah, I'd do it. I don't know, man, because there's not a lot of people that want to help other people, especially when their food is their main concern. You know, you don't eat, you don't survive. Which really, in my mind, food is down the list of shit that I'm worried about. Worried about first is being able to protect my family and what I have. Because if you can't protect it, you can grow all the food in the fucking world, but when I come to take it, I'm not saying I will, I'm saying I, as somebody, you did all that work for nothing. You put all that money, all that time, all that energy into nothing for somebody just to take it, and then probably kill your ass on top of it. Because if they're going to take your shit, they're not far from taking your life or your kids' lives. But now I'm not going to but here's what I will say. If that was to happen and you had to hurt somebody, you better be hanging them from the fucking trees on your road so the next dude knows better. So anybody else that comes down that road, and I know that sounds fucked up. I don't know, man. I think that we're going into some shit that we ain't never had to deal with, and we haven't had to deal with in a long, long time. I mean, we don't know how to deal with everyday life and make it work. You know, we had to have these people up here that they think they're up here anyway, that literally roll over. It's like people don't understand control this. I know I'm jumping all around. I'm sorry. I said something about, so there was a post the other day when I was posting on Facebook. I always read the first one. I'm fucking stupid for doing it. Do it anyway. And somebody was talking about, hey, there's state highway patrols always giving these people tickets right here. There's a school zone that goes from 55 into a school zone, or from 55 to 45 into a school zone, blah, 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 blah. Slow down so our kids are safe. And I was like, if you was worried about your kids being safe, bitch, you'd keep them at home. Like, a school zone doesn't make your kids safe. If it was really about keeping your kids safe, they'd put stoplights at both sides of the school zone. Why? Because people tend to stop at red lights. What they don't always do is see the 15-mile-an-hour sign or the flashing yellow light, which is just revenue enhancement. It's about control. Bitch could not grasp onto how a speed limit sign is a form of control. Could not understand it. I explained it like in detail, very simply, and it's, you know, all these things combined are the problem with this country. We have so many problems, you can't defeat them, and the biggest problem is just fucking stupid people. And I'm not saying stupid like you got a low IQ, like you're legit stupid, like retarded. I'm saying you're too fucking stupid to understand what you even see. You don't even recognize your own senses or what they're telling you. You know, you're more apt to believe CNN than you are to believe what's right in front of your face. I mean, look at COVID. Look what happened for those 2 years. Dude, there wasn't people falling dead in the streets like they had us believing. You remember when COVID first happened? They were showing all the shit from China and people being well in their houses and motherfuckers walking down the street on security cameras and then just twerking out and falling over. All that shit happened. But everybody believed it was going to happen. After a year of not seeing it happen, they still believed it was going to happen. They were calling you murderers and shit. If you were me, how many times I got called I was a murderer? Like, who the fuck I killed? Pointed direct line with somebody I killed because I wouldn't wear a mask, because I refused to do it. But from no other, like, and I don't think people really understand me. And like, I'm serious when I say this. If you told me something was going to kill me, I had a 99.9% of it fucking killing me. It killed 99 out of every 100 people. But you told me I had to do something for that not to happen, I would still tell you to fuck off. I'm not doing it. Just for the principle of it, that I'm not doing what you tell me to do. Now, there's certain things I'll do, just because, you know, I don't want it to end that way. I'd rather just be left alone. But there's certain things I won't do. I've been debating over this LLC shit, insurance shit for fucking a year now, 6 months. Still talking about it. I was just talking about it this morning with somebody. But my problem with it is that I'm told I have to do it. It's not that I really need to do it. It's not that it's really even that important. It's I'm told I have to do it. I just fucking don't want to do it. Anyway. So how are these stupid people going to react when they can't go to Kroger's and get their food? And like, here's the truth of the matter. And anybody who says otherwise is a liar. When it comes down to your kids eating or my kids eating, guess whose kids are going to eat? And that's good. Not, and I'm not saying that as that's my goal or what I want or anything like that. That's going to be the world mentality. That's going to be the mentality out of every 999 out of every 1,000 people in this country. If some shit like that was to ever happen. And I promise you, they start dropping fucking bombs here. You know, we've never been bombed as a country. I mean, well, yeah, I guess we have. But we have been in modern times. In the last 150 years, we've never seen any like shit like that happened in Afghanistan that's murdering innocent civilians because we don't like how they hurt goats. Terrorists they are. And that's what you'll be labeled, a terrorist. And they'll enact some new shit called like the Patriot Act, 16 plus 2 equals 4. And let's call it a truck. And they'll label you a terrorist and they'll throw you in some little hole, especially if you're making it. I was not sure how they plan on making it though. You know, if they drag us into this war with Russia, I mean, realistically, it wouldn't take much. People, like, bombs wouldn't even have to hit the lower 48 for it to fuck a lot of people up here. They just had to detonate some shit in the atmosphere off the West Coast. That's it. That's it. Detonate a couple of nukes a couple of dirty nukes in the jet stream. Watch what happens. I don't know. That's the only time will tell, huh? But I bet one thing is true. In our lifetimes, we'll see it. And we're probably not very far away from it. You know, this whole thing with Russia and Ukraine was settled prior to the war ever starting. Prior to the war ever starting, it was settled. And NATO stepped in and started rubbing shoulders with the Ukrainians. Oh, no, that's not a good deal for you. Why? Because our government runs Ukraine. And it has. I mean, Obama fucking handpicked Zelensky and put him in the chair over there. Now it's all about democracy. It's a fucking dictatorship. But Putin bad, right? And if you say that, you're a Putin sympathizer. No, I just have common sense. And I see that wars don't affect the people at the top. They only affect the people at the bottom. You know, when these assholes who want these wars start sending their kids in, maybe I'll be more apt to support war. I think it's bullshit though. I think that unless we're conquering lands, we're taking those lands, and that's the goal, like it was for hundreds of years, thousands of years. Bullshit. And I want my reparations though. All those blacks that have my family enslaved in Africa. I'd be needing my money and shit. But, I don't know. think you should do yourself a favor and start making life a little harder on yourself. Two cars in front of me with left brake lights out. Dummies. I'm going home to finish a project right now. I've been working on it for weeks now and just haven't had time to do it. So I have a little bit of time today. I'm going to go finish the chicken crack mansion. I'm going to get it done today. I hope. I don't know. My darn rain. I'm not playing in the rain. I don't work well being wet. I don't like it very much. Really, I had to cut trees down. And then when it gets dark, I need to finish the chicken crack mansion. Because we got to bulldoze the chicken crack house. Chicken house? Chicken crack house. I forget what I call it. I don't have to drop them. Oh yeah, no doubt, man. Could you imagine if they shut down our financial system here? What would happen if your money that's in the bank was locked up? And if they did that, it would lock up. Even paper currency would be locked up. I mean, we could trade it, but it would be worthless. It's worthless now. I don't know. I'm curious to see what happens. Part of me is like, yay. Start dropping bombs on each other. The other part of me is like, yeah, I don't really want that shit. That could be all bad. It's going to be all bad. I don't think there's any way around it. I mean, if you look at World War II in Germany, they started bombing our merchant ships because we were sending supplies over to Britain. I mean, it's only a matter of time before Putin's like, you know what? You motherfuckers are supplying all the arms, so you've declared war against us. And I mean, in reality, the United States has. I mean, we're supplying all the ammo and shit, all the munitions that are being used over there, along with Britain and a few other countries. But the bulk of it's us. And here's what the funny thing is why that's happening. They can't make them fast enough to replenish them. So what Putin's doing is just sending in cannon fodder, right? He's just sending people in to actually the reverse of it, I guess. He's just sending in bullet catchers right now. Letting us waste all of our munitions, giving it to Ukraine, letting all these other countries do the same. And when China, they get pissed off, they say, let's go. There's no stopping them at that point. I mean, short of it, nuclear war doesn't end for anybody. I mean, it's mutually assured destruction. Few people would survive. Now, these fuckers at the top would live through it, but they're not going to live forever. I don't know. Who knows? I know, like, if some shit was to happen today, I need to make a trip just so I know the way. I need to get a transfer tank for my truck. I've been looking at those things, man. Once I start saving money, once I get to like a certain dollar amount, even though it's a really low dollar amount, for me it's a high dollar amount. For the average Joe, it's a low dollar amount. I'm like, I don't want to spend this money, even though I need this shit, but I can't find a transfer tank to fix my fucking truck. Is the problem. People who buy shore bed transfer tanks don't sell them for some reason. There's one for sale in Indiana right now. I'm actually about to call the dude when I get home and see if we can work on it. And if he'll sell it, I'll drive my truck up there next time and get it, I guess. Right now he's asking, like, get a new one for what he's asking for just about. So, I don't know, we'll see. But I want to be able to go as far as I can in my truck, you know. With a 100-gallon tank, I can make a 1,500-mile trip without refueling. Probably more than that. Probably go about 1,700 miles. I can make it anywhere I need to go. That'd be for show. That's a nice tank. I want a dually. I kind of need a dually. I keep all this shit. All right, that video's over. We're new topic. So I rent stuff from this place here in town because it's half the price to rent like a 70 horsepower skid steer, 90-inch bucket skid steer. It's half the price here as it is to drive 20 minutes away in order to get it. The problem is they don't take care of their shit over here. I went and picked up a skid steer the other day, and I'm like, the first thing I said is, does the trailer brake work? I don't give a fuck about the lights. I don't care about nothing else. Does the brakes work on it? Like, yeah, they work. We just fixed them, in fact. I'm like, okay. So I jumped my truck and I got it all hooked up and I hit my brake and I looked down at my brake controller and it just shows a dot, meaning that there's not a trailer hooked up to it. So I jumped out and I fucked with it. And the brakes on the trailer don't work. So I go inside, I'm like, hey, the trailer brakes don't work on that thing. I need a different trailer. They're like, well, none of our trailer brakes are working now. They're like, well, dude just told me he fixed these, so these were supposed to work. They're like, he did. They're like, well, they don't fucking work. Was it a different trailer? Did something, you know what I mean? I think I want to put her in the crook for them because even though I have a big truck, when you have 10,000 pounds behind it, rolling at 60 miles an hour, it doesn't. Trailer brakes help out a lot. If you know, you know. I guess there's a reason I was going to tell you this. I forget what it is. I don't know. I got a bunch of work to do. I got to finish the chicken crack house. I got a bunch of trees I got to cut down and move. I got a bunch of wood I got to split. I have Jonathan Pico's truck I got to get working on, which I'm actually probably going to go do it and start on it tonight. I have, what else I got going on? I got to fix the BT Cruiser. I got parts coming for it. I got, on my day job, I got a bunch of materials to do some remodeling with our place. I need to get gravel brought in. I don't think it's just worth me going again. I would save like $100 for every 25 tons of gravel I got brought in. I don't think it's $100. I think it's like $80 to deliver it. I don't think that's worth. I think I'd spend that in fuel going again. I can only get about 3.5 to 4 tons at a time, and even then, it's kind of sketchy. I don't know. We'll see. But anyway, I would start acclimating yourself to nuclear radiation. And I forget what those pills are called. I have some of them. I just can't think what they're called right now. Total brain fart. You should get some of those. Look, all the dogwood trees blooming. Spring came early this year. That'd be a fun show. Alright guys, I gotta roll. I'm about to be home. You guys stay safe and have a great day. Yeah, potassium iodine. That's it. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you. I think we're about to be in our first rough times. I mean, you can only poke a bear for so long before the bear fucking wakes up. And I think Putin's getting more and more pissed. I know I would be. I think that they are behind the scenes right now creating a plan to fuck us up. And like I said, in the meantime, all we're doing, check out this airboat. It's got a big block on it. You probably didn't see it. It's a big block airboat though. I've never seen one with a big block in it. It's only a small block was there. Some with little like 20 horsepower coolers, never with a big block in it. It's pretty badass. Like that thing moves, boy. Anyway, I gotta roll. You guys have a good day. Oh, I don't doubt they have a plan already, man. I don't doubt it. I don't know. I think, like I said, I think it has a lot to do with all the arms we're giving Ukraine. You know, but in the end, that's not going to matter because they're going to be dropping, and they're already talking about it. We haven't seen people so afraid of nuclear war since the fucking 60s, probably. I think I even remember, like, maybe it was tornado drills, where it was like, duck, cover your head and get under the desk. I don't remember being nuclear shit in the early 80s. Could have been, though, I guess. Maybe I just didn't pay attention. Maybe I just didn't want to get under the desk because you told me to, bitch. Yeah, how you like the apples? Let's eat the radiation. Did anybody ever find out what really happened to Y12? Said they had uranium fire. Don't know. All right, have a good day, guys.